Hi everybody, another hot beautiful day in the Ozarks. This is Brady, the Honest Woodcutter, and today I'm going to be showing you all the equipment that I have to keep to run my wood cutting business, my firewood business. So anyway, we'll start with, I got this trailer here. It is a 9.5 foot by 5.5 foot all steel body with wooden sides. It's got a 3-ton axle under it. I pull it with the F-250, the 1991 Ford F-250. Between the truck and the trailer, I usually haul 3 ranks of wood or 3 face cords, 1 full cord in one load. I try not to do more than that because it's just too much weight on the truck. We have my wood splitter here. It's a Yard Max YS 3567. It's 35-ton splitting capacity. It's got a 306cc Briggs & Stratton engine on it. Strong I-beam design. It's got the little 4-way splitter attachment here that goes right here on the head. Comes in pretty handy. The design of this splitter is especially unique because as far as I know, this is the only company building a base like this. Instead of just having your standard base, it's got a little spinner on it. This thing turns so that when you get wood in there and the wood wants to twist back and forth, this allows this to turn a little bit. It'll move like this a little. Takes the stress off the splitter. So that's a pretty cool feature. It does have the front engine design. It does make it heavy to load and unload off the truck, to get on the off and on of the hitch. But it also, I like the engine placement because it keeps the fumes and stuff out of your face. Some of them I've used one before that had the engine right here, and the thing was constantly panting gas fumes, right? The muffler pointed this way. So, I mean, it's just blowing all the gas fumes right in your face. So, even with the things about this splitter that I've had problems with, I do like the fact that they put the engine up there out of the way. That was pretty smart. I have had a couple of these strippers bend on this. This is when the wood comes off of here. This helps tear the wood away from the splitter. It also helps separate your pieces. So it keeps them from getting jammed up in there. But I have had some pieces that were kind of gnarly, and the way they split off, they get caught in here. And I've actually bent 2 of these strippers. You can see one right there that I took off, and this here was the first one. I mean, it really severely bent it. And so, but it isn't a warranty, so Yard Max is, as they bend, Yard Max sends me new parts. I just replaced this side table because the old one was completely busted. It completely broke in half. It broke the whole mount off of it over here, and so I had to replace that. I've got the one to replace the other side with, but it's still intact, so I'm still using it. But as you can see, it's kind of bent. But anyway, that's all of my major equipment, and then I have all of my wood cutting supplies and equipment. Let's see, we'll start with the chainsaws. I've got my Blue Max. It's a Chinese chainsaw. It's 45 cc's. It's an okay saw. I mean, I wouldn't want to have to run it a lot, but it's fun to take it out and run it a little bit, you know, cut a couple tops with it or something. Next to it, I've got a Husqvarna 51. It's old, kind of tired, but I've got my marking rod connected to it. I use it only for marking lengths on logs. That particular rod right there is 19 inches. And in the bed of the trailer here, I have a 16 and a 24 so that I can cut my wood more specific to my customers' needs. I've got my Husqvarna 450 there. Love that saw. It's a really good saw, good medium size saw, 50 cc's. Next to it, I've got over here on the far side, I've got my Husqvarna 350. Coming in at 52 cc's. I'm running an 18-inch bar on it right now. Right here in the middle, I've got the Echo Timberwolf. It's the model number is the CS590. It's a 59.8 cc chainsaw. I actually borrowed that from a customer of mine. He had it in his garage and wasn't using it. Very nice of you. Shout out to Brian Wilson. That was a real solid you did me there, buddy. That saw is awesome. Then I've got a brand new saw here that I just bought. I haven't actually even put it to any wood yet. It's a little John's Red 2240, 40.6 cc's. I had one before and they're a real good running smaller saw. It'll cut a lot bigger timber than what you would expect it to. Then I've got my cant hook here, real nice for rolling logs with. Comes in very, very handy. I've got a Fisker's black axe, which if you don't know anything about these are an awesome wood splitting tool, where they only weigh 4.5 pounds, so they don't wear you out. Really easy to get precision strikes with it. I mean, your accuracy will come up dramatically using one of these over any other wood splitter, over any other splitting maul I've owned in the past. This one supersedes them far and beyond a better splitting tool than any of them I've ever had. It has a hollow handle. It's carbon fiber, guaranteed for life. I know I put a beat into this thing. I've split wood of all sizes with this thing for the past 3 years, and it takes whatever I give it, so I'm very impressed. Every other splitter I've ever owned, every other splitting maul I've ever owned, I've always managed to succeed in breaking the handles off or knocking the head loose, and this one here I have not. It really holds up well, so props to Fiskars and the Swedish for making a good product. I've got I just got this actually. This is my new picaroon, or sappy as some people call them. This one is a Husqvarna brand. It only weighs, I think, 3.5 or 4 pounds, and is awesome for moving wood around, cut firewood, logs, anything like that. If you got a lot of pieces of wood jammed in together, you can use this and pick them and extract them. I mean, this is definitely a must-have tool for anybody that does firewood. Love that thing right there. I've got a toolbox full of tools that I keep my scrunch and wrenches and anything that I need, my sharpeners and all that I need for my saws. I usually have to carry that with me when I go out. And last but not least, I've got a whole plethora of gas cans here. Now that one there, I keep the gas in for the Echo. The Echo is under warranty, and they want you to run only their oil in it, or else they will void the warranty. So I have to keep a special can of gas mix just for it. I've got my general purpose 2-cycle oil mixed at 50-to-1, which runs in all of my Husqvarnas and the John's Red. I've got a can of 25-to-1 2-cycle gas. That is for the Chinese saw, the Blue Max. I've got a small can here, 1 gallon, that I keep straight gas in for transporting to the woods with me whenever I use the splitter away from home. Here I've got a cool old can that I picked up recently in a flea market. I was very pleased to get this. This is such an awesome can. It's got the pull spout design on it. I can mix 4 gallons of gasoline at a time. Actually, I can mix a little more than 4 gallons of gasoline, but if I mix 4 gallons with two bottles of chainsaw mix, not the small ones, but the 2 gallon, they're made for 2 gallons. 2.5 gallons of gasoline with 1 bottle of oil makes 50-to-1. And I actually use 2 bottles to only 4 gallons, so it comes out about 40-to-1. So even though I've got it listed at 51, I'm actually running 40-to-1 gas mixture, which To me, I think it just gives me a little bit of insurance against future problems down the road. I've had some saws that I've blown up, bearings go out, bad cylinders, things like that, and having a little more oil in there is just a little added insurance. So I'm going to get a little more longevity out of them, and doesn't hurt them any at all. And then I've got a 5-gallon can here that I keep straight gas in, that I use to either refill the small can, or I use it to refill these cans for remixing as I need it. I also run my gas, also you run that in my lawnmower. So, and of course you always got to have your work gloves. I do have safety glasses. And so anyway, I thought I'll just give you, before I end this here, I'll give you another quick look at the splitter from this side. It's got the front mount, you got the side front mounted pump. It does have steel fenders on it, which is really nice. And the old trailer here. This trailer is stout. I mean, that's like about an 8-inch I-beam frame under it. Very stout tongue. It does have a hand winch, which is about useless. It does tilt, but I don't ever tilt it because the thing is so darn heavy. You need to be I don't know, Hercules or something to lift this thing. But anyway, that is all my wood cutting equipment. So you can see how much stuff. I don't always take every saw with me, but I usually go out with at least 3 saws, sometimes 4. And so you can see the amount of equipment I have to have just to run a small business. That so yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. And y'all stay tuned for more videos coming up in the future. I think I'm gonna actually maybe cut down a couple of trees later on this afternoon, break in this little John's right here that I haven't had a chance to use yet. So I'll be taking a video of that. And stay tuned for more of my wood cutting videos in the near future. Y'all stay cool and hydrated today in this heat. Talk to you next time.